Hi, my name is artist Michael S Garner. I draw and write my own online comic book called Visions of the New, which you can get at visionsofthenew.com. You get a printed version there, a PDF download, whatever you want. I do comic book related movies and TV show reviews. I can't do everything, but I try to do as much as I can. I haven't done a video in like a month, if you haven't noticed on my site, so that's another thing. But one of the reasons why I haven't done a video in a while is because, well, CW, most of the shows I like to review there have had their jumble up with their scheduling and everything like that with Supergirl and Black Lightning. And those are the two main ones I was doing reviews on. And also, Black Panther came out. And I wanted to do a review on it, but honestly, I was a little bit apprehensive. It was a little bit of a daunting thing, because the one thing about Marvel movies is that almost every single Marvel movie that comes out, in my opinion, no matter what, the critics love it. They just love it. There's nothing wrong with it. Granted, I was kind of glad that with Guardians of the Galaxy, some people said some things, but honestly, I wasn't a big fan of the first Guardians of the Galaxy, so the second one, I was even less of a fan. and I went into it with an open mind. I bought the damn download. I actually didn't go to see the movie theaters. I just bought the download. I'm like, and I never watched the download again. I had nothing. I'm like, okay, that's not ego. That's not whatever. And the same thing happened with Thor Ragnarok. I actually wanted to give a review on that movie, but I felt bad because I'll just put it out there right now. It's too damn freaking funny. And I enjoy comedy in some of my comic book movies, but I felt like it was more of a comedy than it was a comic book movie. I could appreciate some things, like actually Thor fighting with his full abilities and everything like that. I didn't appreciate the hammer is just the conduit for his power and everything like that. No, that's where he gets the power, and they changed that for the movie. So that it was just, but I noticed right away tons of people love that movie, and I feel like I don't even have a voice. I shouldn't even bother saying anything bad against it, because it's like I'm gonna bash it. But with Black Panther, I felt that way too before I saw the movie. And I do want to say right away, I did like the Black Panther movie a lot. It is nowhere near in my top 10. Like other people, like this is the greatest, one of the greatest Marvel comic movies ever. It's a kind of movement movie. Well, it has been made into a movement movie, but I wasn't blown away like people were. I had a couple of things, little issues that took me out of the movie. And I know I'm in the minority, but I decided I'll make this video anyway. This is weeks after the fact. It's almost going to hit the $1 billion mark. Actually, it's probably going to hit that $1 billion mark this weekend. And it's been raking in the cash, and the reviews have been great and everything like that, and I'm going to get mine. But yeah, one thing about Black Panther, like I said, I thought it was good. I love the world building. I know a lot of other reviewers probably said it, but I agree completely. Like, I like how they built the Wakanda world. I even said that when the trailer came out, and I did a trailer review reaction. You can see you can actually search it on here and see my review for that. And I was really blown away by how the world looked. I didn't know how they were going to make Wakanda look, and when we first got the first glimpses of it, I was just blown away. I'm like, this is crazy good. I love this. So I loved it, even in the movie. Even though it was all one class, it seemed like there were different classes and everything like that. Like when they walked through the streets and they kind of had the little shopping area and everything like that. It seemed like a different country, but not going away from that. Love the world building. Third, I love Michael P. Jordan. I'm sorry, this man. Okay, I'm gonna put a man heart on him. Like, I love him to death. I thought he did. Out of all the people in this movie, everybody did a good job. Honestly, I thought he did the best job. And a lot of people complain about Marvel villains being a little bit wooden, being a little bit empty, and not really having any payoff in the end. I thought Michael B. Jordan did, and he maintained that character all the way through, into the very end. And I loved it. I was blown away. I didn't know how blown away, because I heard he was good, but I thought he was really good in this movie. And like I said, heart, love this guy. In other ways. No. What else? The entire cast, like I said, I thought everybody was good. It was great seeing Michonne as oh my god, I can't remember her name right now. Oh god. Not Shuri, whatever, Shuri. I love seeing Michonne in that role, and actually some of the names got away from me just because I was trying to pay attention to other things, and I'll be honest. And his sister, the one who did all the tech and everything, I think that's Shuri. Everybody was blown away by her. I thought she was okay. I didn't think anything great about her. I'm like, oh, a girl knows some tech. That's all I thought. I wasn't like, oh my god, she's the greatest character in the world. Oh my god, they got female characters everywhere. You know, like I like the fact that Marvel pushed a little bit more of the female characters, but the Dora Milaje, I'll tell you my little gripe with the Dora Milaje after, and it's not even really a gripe with that part of it. It's just how certain things went down. So I'm gonna go into the bad because basically I told you everything that's good right now. The bad for me was the fighting. There was not one fight scene in this movie that made me believe that people were good fighters. And I feel bad. A lot of people are like, oh, the girls. No. The Dora Milaje is supposed to be the protectors along with Black Panther. And the only thing I felt with the Dora Milaje is that I didn't even see them throw a punch or a kick or anything. Barely. It was all about the staff. And how the staff, and a lot of Marvel characters are like that. They have a weapon of choice, Captain America. But Captain America can fight without the shield. And they proved that in Winter Soldier, and that's something I love. But the Dora Milaje seemed like they relied upon the tech and they relied upon their weaponry so much that I was like, are you really too much of a threat? And we saw at the end, they weren't too much of a threat. I mean, they were holding their own, but they were getting their asses whooped. And that kind of annoyed me. Some people compared it to the Amazons. Well, so the Amazons got beat, but yeah, you know what? The Amazons, especially like in a Justice League movie, they were fighting freaking Steppenwolf, a person of power even beyond Wonder Woman. I'm not going to say Superman, but beyond Wonder Woman at that power level. And they did so much to try to hold that box to make sure that he didn't get it. To every last woman who died in that. And and when I looked at the Dora Milaje, like that's using that staff, vibranium, going into vibranium, way too freaking much vibranium in this movie. I know about Black Panther, believe me. Rather comic, it's so much vibranium. They made vibranium everything that was laced in their clothes and blah blah blah. That got on my nerves. It's another thing of making the uniqueness go away. It's like, what if adamantium was allowed in the Marvel comic book universe if the other company did not have it? Would they have thrown that in everything? I don't want Avengers covered in adamantium. If they're covered in adamantium, I'm just walking out. Sorry, that's all right. That's vibranium. I mean, okay, going off on my tangent. Some of the CGI. Whenever he was fighting Black Panther himself, just to be specific, other than those rhinos at the end, spoiler alert. When he was fighting, whenever he went into fight mode, like, and he did some flips and everything like that, he became a CGI character, and it was just like, brought me back to Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. We've gone beyond that now, and not the same. I was actually, when I was a kid, when I saw the Sam Raimi Spider-Man, when it actually happened, I thought I was more pleasantly surprised with the special effects when I went to the theater. I wasn't buying it on the commercials at all, but when I went to the theater and saw it, I was like, oh my god, it looks good. Here, it was clear. Like when he jumped from one scene, like he's right here, then he jumps to another scene, and he became a cartoon, like way back in the day when Superman had black and white TV shows. Whenever he would fly, he became a cartoon character. That's what I felt when I saw this. Alright, got that off my chest. That's just the bad things. But like I said, I thought the story was great. I thought Killmonger was great. I thought the arcs were great. And one fight scene to contradict, out of all the fight scenes in the movie, the fight scene that was the best when Black Panther was fighting Killmonger for leadership of Wakanda and to be the king. I love that fight. It was so brutal. And I was like, why couldn't the rest of the movie be like this? but that fight was perfect. And I felt for him. I was like, oh my god, he lost. I'm like, so I put the spoiler up before, so you know this now. What else? Getting away from the bad, I did notice a couple things I just want to mention, like the tech, like whenever they use like a video screen or whatever, it like seemed to dissolve from nothing and come up exactly like Man of Steel, Kryptonian technology. The whole mandate in that movie was that they didn't have any screens or anything like that, so everything was like a robotic, like slick, silvery thing, if you remember. And it was like, and it all came up into pieces, like it was like nanotech, but it probably wasn't. It was like, and it became. That's what I first felt when I first saw that technology. I'm like, oh my god, they kind of copped off from Man of Steel. I like that. You might say, oh, Man of Steel copped off from Terminator 2, but Terminator 2 didn't do the bubbles. What else? I said the vibranium thing, and just my final thoughts about the whole thing. I did like Black Panther. I thought it was a very good movie. Just in my personal opinion, it will not be in that top part, and it's mainly because of the fighting. And by the way, the reason why I complained about the fighting, and this is my point about it, it's like when Black Panther was fighting in a costume, I felt that he wasn't as capable as he was in Captain America Civil War. It's a different director for Civil War. They direct action differently, but I felt that even like his moves, they were just they were more skilled in Civil War. And here it was kind of like a step back when it's supposed to take place after Civil War. And I was like, what? Suddenly he didn't learn to fight as well? Like he's just like pushing people out of the way and smacking people and everything like that. So it's like, it just wasn't half as good as Civil War was. I really like when his fight scenes came on in Civil War, I thought they were some of the best in the movie. So to come from that and to go to Black Panther, I was like, But like I said, story, character development, all the characters themselves, I basically loved everybody in the movie. And I did like Black Panther. I just had those issues with it, and I was afraid to say that before, but I'm saying it now, so give me hate. So that's it. That's my review of Black Panther, my late review. If you guys want to check out my online comic book and bash it now because I said I didn't like that part of Black Panther, like I said, it's a Visions of the New at visionsofthenew.com. You can read it there. Until next time, I hope you guys have a great weekend and watch Black Panther make that $1 billion mark.